YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the HGUC Gundam F91. Now, this is actually my second take regarding the review because the first review was a big mess. Alright, so, now, I bought this kit recently because, as you can see on the back, I got the Robot Damacy Gundam F91 Meat version, or the after image version, and I wanted to also show you guys like some comparison regarding it, because this is I kind of felt like this is a good opportunity to show you guys like the scale difference between an HGUC kit and a Robot Damacy kit, or a Robot Damacy between a 1:144 scale kit, because some people have like keep asking regarding the Robot Damacy where like what's the scale of it, and it's really hard to say like regarding the scale because Robot Damacys don't really have scale, because I'll show you guys later what I mean, because they all tend to be the same size, and because of this aspect they could be, each mostly could have a different scale set. Alright, so other than that, and I also brought out the local type to show you guys like the actual size differences between the F91 and a typical Universal Century mobile suit, because in the future of the Universal Century, like the Victory Gundam or F91, the mobile suits gets much more smaller. I mean, if you've seen the F91 anime, the OVA thing, you might have noticed that the F91 and the Heavy Gun is much more smaller than the J-Guns. Alright, but other than that, so the F91 Robot Damacy will be tomorrow's review. Alright, so let's get on to the review. So, as usual, let's talk about components. So first of all, what you get, of course, is obviously the F91 Gundam itself. You get two multi-purpose hands which are currently on the hand, and then you get two more hands which are a trigger finger for left and right for the weapons, which I will show you guys right away. So you can see we have the beam bazooka, and you can see the left trigger finger hand, and then the handle can move up forward a lot, and this actually does help posing with the bazooka a lot. And then you can see some extra gray pieces on the front and back for color separation. And then here we have the beam rifle, nothing too special, but you know, they did a good job on the color separation, because some because like the old HGUC kits, like beam rifles that has like a double color like this, sometimes they would just give you a pure white or pure gray beam rifle, and that is not that great. And here's a sticker for the scope, and then this front section of the handle, which I believe is supposed to move, but this one on the HGUC kit does not move at all, because the gray section is an entire single piece. And as you can see on the hand, that was the right trigger finger. And then here we have the beam shield effect part. You can see that yellow triangle is actually a sticker. This white section piece is the entirely single piece, and then yeah, you can separate the beam shield part like this, but I'm just going to leave it there because it wasn't easy attaching it at first place. And then here we have the beam saber and beam saber hilts. Now the beam saber, I think the effect parts are a little bit too long, but the problem is like the hilt, there's no place to store in, because originally the F91 would store the beam sabers on the side skirts, but the HGUC version does not have that gimmick. And another issue I'm having is that the beam saber effect parts, they're a little bit too wobbly or loose for some reason. This is actually my first time seeing such issue. Okay, other than that, there's a few more stuff. Number one is the alternative face. Obviously, the eye is a sticker, and this is the face opened up version. And I'll show you guys how this gimmick works. And here we have the fins that are opened up. Currently, inside the shoulders, they're the closed up versions, and I'll show you guys how these also work as well. And then finally, we have this gray part that's actually meant for storing the bazooka onto the back skirt. And then here we have the sticker sheet. As you can see, I used most of it. Now this green section, I believe number 3 is for the beam bazooka, which I just forgot to apply. And then let's see. Here we have the F91, the two eyes, and then all these triangles that will be scattered around the kit. And then these blue sections, which are actually for the VSBR cannons that are on the back. But I did not use these because those who know me, I really don't like applying stickers that kind of like involve folding up here and there, and because folding up, they never really last that long. So I just decided to use a Gundam blue marker and color this section up, and so because of that, mine won't have these extra black details going on. So just letting you guys know. Alright, so let's get on to the review. So first of all, before I actually forget, let's just go with the size comparison because I somehow like always forget to do this at the end. But here we have like a a simple size comparison. Here is the local type, which is not. I'm not comparing with the mobile suit aspect. I just want to show you guys like the local type for me is like a typical 1 to 144 scale size kit. So here we have it here, and then here's the HGUC F91. As you can see, it's much more. I wouldn't say much more, but maybe like a extra head shorter. So yeah, as you can see, future generation mobile suits, they are actually a little bit smaller than the old versions. Alright, so let's get on to the other reviews. So we'll start with the head articulation. For the head articulation, it's okay. I mean, I did add some extra panel lining onto the face, but nothing too special. The eyes are obviously thicker, and there's the head camera, and there's one on the back, which is actually on a pretty awkward position, but oh well, it works. So the head can go down that much, up that much, and then 360 twist shouldn't be an issue at all, or kind of, depending on how you look at it. And another thing that I found interesting regarding this kit is that the V-fin is not a single piece. It's actually a separate piece for left and right. So each section of the V-fin actually connects inside to the head. So there's no middle connection between the two. So this red section is just there. And regarding the head face swapping gimmick, what you need to do is you can pull up the helmet or head of the Gundam, and then it reveals the inside face. So at this point, you take it off. You swap it out with the other version, and then you just reattach the helmet. I'm just going to call it helmet because I'm not sure the term for that specific part. And you can see we have the alternate version. To be fair, or to be honest, I'm not a big fan of this face. So yeah, just wanted to say that out loud. And for the shoulders, we have the big F91. Now those are obviously stickers, but the good news is that under those stickers, there's actually like a small engraving of the F and the 91. So if you want to color them in red, you can do that as well. So it's going to be much easier than just coloring a blank white shoulder piece. And yeah, as you can see, you don't really see the engravings because the stickers I believe are the exact size of those engravings. All right, so the shoulders, their main connection is a ball joint. So you can see they have a nice shoulder movement going on, and thanks to those extra movements, the arm can go more than 90 degrees to the side. So if I just move the shoulder, it can go that much, but with some extra help, it can go a lot more up to the side. And thanks to being on ball joints, 360 twist on the entire arm is possible, or without the shoulder, 360 twist is also possible, and then a nice double jointed bend. And here we have one of those triangle stickers, which is actually the shield part. And you can see the left arm is actually much more fatter than the right arm because of the shield gimmick. This actually becomes a kind of a problem regarding the VSBRs when you're trying to hold them, but I'll show you guys later what I mean. And then the main body, there's nothing too special, but there is a nice ab crunch gimmick. And then the main connection between the waist and the body is a polycap ball joint. So 360 twist, it shouldn't be a big issue, I believe. It can go 360. Okay. And then the backpack, nothing too special. We have this giant thruster, and then we have this gimmick where the VSBRs are connected to these swivel things, so it can move up to the front, like how it does in the anime. And then the VSBRs are connected to pegs, not ball joints, so be careful. So they can move, come on, they can kind of rotate left and right depending on how you position them, and then they can also move left and right like this to the side 90 degrees, but only to the outside because on the inside there's the backpack slash thruster that's blocking it. Alright, and then you can open these up to reveal the handle, which I will show you guys later. And then on the waist section you can see there's actually extra more triangle stickers here, left and right. And then the front skirt is actually, they come in as a single piece, but you can separate them to make them into the ball joint gimmick. And then the side skirt moves a little bit, and then the back skirt does not move at all. The legs, their main connection is actually a peg. So yeah, not a ball joint, but there's also a nice side swivel going on. So moving up to the front 90 degrees is possible. To the side, almost 90 degrees almost is possible. It's just the side skirt that's blocking the way. Back not so much because the back skirt does not move at all. but you have a nice double jointed bend going on here. Now on my first take, the legs actually popped out, so yeah. And then on the back of the legs there, we have more triangle stickers here. What you can do is you can actually open these vents up, or yeah, you can move these vents actually move individually. So yeah, kind of a nice gimmick going on here. Oh yeah, regarding the back skirt, so there's this white piece. You can take it off and then replace it with this gray piece, as I mentioned. And then you can store the beam bazooka. So on the beam bazooka, there's this square peg going on here. All you need to do is just store it in there. Just plug the peg in. And there you go. Now it looks like, oh sorry about that. Now it looks like there's something you can store in one more thing, but there's nothing you can actually do because the beam rifle does not have any pegs. So yeah, but it kind of looks like you can do something there, but oh well. Oops. Yeah, I think I should take that part off. Okay. And then the feet, the ankle joints are connected to a ball joint that's on the back, and the feet are your typical ball jointed feet, so you have a nice pivot going on. Alright, and we basically seen all the basic articulation. Now let's talk about the equipment. So I already show you guys like how the head swapping gimmick works. Let's go with the easy one first. So let's go with the beam sabers. Now the problem with the beam sabers is not only the beam saber connection is wobbly on the hilt, but it's also pretty wobbly on the hand because you can see the hand is actually has a really large hole going on there. So you can plug it in, but it's very wobbly as you can see, and it will fall off. So yeah, this is not a common issue. I mean, this is not too common because most HG kits I've seen, they would hold the beam saber pretty well, but this is one of those few cases that it's not working that well. So kind of odd, but oh well. Okay, and then here we have the shield gimmick, which you have to take this part off, and then triangle sticker is over there. You just need to reattach, and there you go, you have the shield gimmick. Of course, the shield may be a little bit too big to the point where it might collide with the shoulder or some other places. Alright, we gone with the simple ones. Now let's talk about those fins. So you can see you get the illusion where they're actually folded up inside the shoulder. So what you need to do is you need to pull these out and then just reattach the fins. Now these are actually really perfect fit, so at first you might get the illusion where these fins are actually a little bit bigger, but no, they actually do slide inside, so yeah. And I believe the front sections of the fins has to be like a little bit white, but I didn't color mine just to make sure, just to show you guys like how these come. So they are pure gray, and yeah. Now depending on how you look at it, they may look a little bit awkward because they're not really facing upish but more downish. So yeah, that could be just me. Other than that, we have the main weapons, which are the beam rifle. Just plug it in and no problem at all. I believe these hands do not use the hole and peg system because I believe these are one of those cases where it's a perfect fit on the hand, so it doesn't really get wobbly. Yeah, this is actually one of those perfect fit. You can see the trigger finger it actually goes into the hole, and the handle is actually like a perfect fit. There's no empty gap on the hand. So yeah, despite not having a hole and peg system, it is a very sturdy connection. Same goes for the bazooka. Yeah, and thanks to that moving handle, you can pretty much position the bazooka really easily with no hardships as well. And there you go, you have like two of them going on, and yeah, this is one of those also uncommon cases where they give you a trigger finger for left and right. Because most of the cases they will give you just one for the right hand. Alright, we're almost done. Now is the main painful gimmick, which is the VSBRs. So I'm just going to say this, doing it on the right hand is much easier, which is a good thing. Come on. So what you can do is you can pull this up and then reveal the handle. Now I believe on the master grade, I'm not sure if it was on top or on the front, there's another fin that's supposed to come out, but that's not present in the HG kit. So what you're supposed to do, you're not supposed to use the trigger finger as far as I know, but what you're supposed to do is just reattach the hand onto the handle. I mean, yeah. Of course, those who know me, I really hate doing this. like doing the annoying reattach the hand to the weapon and then do the yada yada. So as you can see, I got the hand connected, and then I'm trying to connect the hand to the arm, which actually did. So as you can see, not as hard as you think. So this side, the right side was much easier, but on the left side, it's almost like really hard, like to the point where like I gave up. So still the same thing, but the problem is the other arm being much more fatter. It's not easy. I think it's just that extra small fatness of the arm is actually makes this much more harder. So I'm just gonna reattach this. So I'm trying to force it in, but so I can see I can barely get it. I can get it close, but not close enough. So yeah. There you go. As you can see, I got it in, but it's on a really awkward position, as you can see. So not to the point where I would leave it like this. But it's not impossible, so yeah, here we have the VSBRs. So yeah, this is a pretty good kit. The articulation is very good. It has a solid build. Now, it may look a little bit sticker heavy, but it's okay. I mean, I colored the blue sections on the VSBRs, and they look pretty okay to me, at least at this point. So yeah, decent articulation, a good amount of stickers, but still manageable. The only issue that you will have is doing the VSBR pose, because it's not easy to do these poses. I mean, it's not impossible, but just tricky. And that's pretty much it for the review. Tomorrow I'll be showing the Robot Damashi version and show you talking about more of the scales. But yeah, if you want to try this kit out, definitely try it out. Thank you for watching the review. This was the review of the HGUC Gundam F91. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave them comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make more reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time!